Hello guys, I want to make a video to show you how to actually design an academic poster to help you present your work if required. In the previous videos, I've done different videos like how to turn your PowerPoint presentation into a video. But today, my target is to show you how to make a poster. All right. So that's basically what I'm going to do. I'm going to be using Microsoft PowerPoint, which is a software that you are already used to. So the first thing I need to do is to prepare a Word document. You can see here that I have a document where I've compiled all the information I would need to prepare my poster. For example, you can see here I've prepared the title of my poster, the author names. So, who are the authors of the poster? You should prepare their names. I mean, keep it somewhere or you can type it directly. But because I've prepared it, I'll just copy and paste in my poster. So, my advice is before you start making your poster, you have to plan. So prepare a document where you gather all the information that you need to make your poster. You can see here that I have my logos, which I'm going to have on my poster. I have the information about the introduction, the abstract. I have to consider how many sections I'm going to have on my poster. The title of the poster, in this case, if it's your coursework or your assignment, or you're going to present a conference paper, it will be the title of the paper that you're going to present. An introduction. One thing you must note is that when designing a poster, you try not to have too many words in on your poster, right? So try to minimize the number of words. Rather, you should use more images. So you can see that I have images like tables, images I'm going to have on my poster are all there. The conclusion and of course the reference. I have just one reference list there to show one reference in the list. So please make sure you plan ahead before you start your poster. All the information that you need to make a good poster, please plan it ahead. Have it in a Word document or in a PowerPoint document before you actually start making the poster. Now, you can also see here that I also have a finished poster. This is basically the finished poster that we're going to make. So this is the finished poster. All I'm going to show you now is how I made this poster. You can see here that this is a finished poster that I'm just going to print out in an A1 or A0, depending on the size I've designed the poster for. So what I need to do now is go back to my design. I want to start my poster. So how do I proceed? Now, just to be clear, today we're going to make a poster that is A1 size. So we're going to make a poster that is of A1 size. And we're also going to make the orientation as portrait, okay, as against landscape. So it is all depends on what you are asked to do. We're going to use a font size of 28 points, and I'm going to use Arial. So you can also use different format like Times New Roman or any other font size, but you must try to use a font size that will be visible by the audience that are a few meters back. Let's say you are presenting an auditorium, and some people are going to stay a bit behind. You want to make sure that they can read your poster from far without coming too close to it. So I recommend a minimum font size of 28. That's basically the standard that I will ask you guys to use for making your poster. Now, to start with, the first thing I'm going to do here is to start the design. So first of all, I'll just to make my poster, I'll just go to the PowerPoint. I'm just going to open new PowerPoint. So this is my new PowerPoint here. So if you look at this PowerPoint, you see that there's already an existing template that you may need to delete. Just select this and delete. So you delete it and make it blank. Now you have a blank document. So you now need to start your design. So the first thing you need to do is to consider what size of poster you're making. Today we are making an A1 size poster. A1 size poster will have a dimension of 59.4 centimeters by 84.1 centimeters. So the first thing I'll do is I'll just go to to the design tab, and of course select the size I want to do. I want to design, so I'm just going to go to design tab here, and then you can see here where it says slide size. So open that button there, and you have the standard sizes. I don't want this size. I want to customize my design. So I'm going to click on customize slide size. Now, here, if you check on the white screen, you can see that I already some existing sizes that they are predefined, but we don't. You can see that there's no A1 size here. So what I'm going to do is, if I know the value for the size for A1, then I'm going to type it in here. If you're not sure what the values are, just go on the internet and search for A1 poster size. Sometimes you'll be asked to do A0. So I'm going to type it here because I know the size in centimeters. So I'm going to type the size. So the size for me is going to be 84.1 because I want to make it, the width is going to be the smaller size, which for me is going to be 59.4. So 59.4 centimeters. And the height, which is the longer edge, because I'm doing portrait, is going to be, for me, it's going to be 84.1. So 84.1 centimeters. Now, I want to do a portrait, so make sure that portrait is selected. If you are doing landscape, then make sure landscape is selected. So I'll leave it at portrait, and I will say OK. Now you have maximize or ensure fit. Well, I normally go for maximize. It's up to you which option you want to select. I'll go to maximize. And then this is basically the A1 size poster right now. So this is my A1 size. Now that I have my A1 size poster, I need to start making my design. Now, the next thing I need to do is I like having grid lines. If you right click, and I having grid lines on my poster. So maybe if you don't like to have grid line, that's fine. But for me, I would prefer if I have grid line. So if you right click, you can also look at the format background. So you can select grid lines if you like, or patterns, anything. But again, this is basically up to you what you want to design. If you go back to that customize tab here, you can see where it says, well, it didn't say grid line on this one, so that's fine for me. Everything I want is there. I'll just say okay. Now, I have this design. The next thing I need to do is to insert my tabs. So if I go here, I can say insert. I want to insert a shape. So I'll go for shape. I want to have the title, like let's say the headings as a rectangle. So I'm going to go here and design my rectangle. So this is basically going to be my heading. You can make this bigger so that I can probably, yeah. So this is going to be my heading, right? So what I'm going to do is, first of all, to probably remove the shading. So if I go to fill, I would say no fill, just to make sure it's clear with no fill. Now that I have this, if you look at the outline, I would like it to be black. So yeah, so the outline to stay as it is. So I just like it to be these black edges around the heading. So I'll leave it at that point. Now, next thing I want to do is to duplicate this. I do Control D, or you can just hold Control and Shift and drag it down to duplicate it, or you just do Control D. That also duplicates the headline, right? So you have this shape. Now, at this shape at the top, you can do all your design, put in your logo that you want, or put in the text, whatever you want to do. So for me, I would like to put in the logo for my university or for your company, whatever you need to do. So if I go back to my Word document that I prepared in advance for this design, so I'm going to copy the heading I have there. Yeah, for example, I have the University of Greenwich. I can copy this, just copy this, go back to my design, and paste this there. I'm gonna paste it there. So again, I'm gonna paste it there. But before, you can see that when I paste it, it's, I mean, basically down there. All I need to do is drag it up to where I want it to be, right? And then try to size it. I mean, the way you want it. Put it at that end. Now you can do different things. So basically, what I was trying to show you is how to get the design started. So put in the head in there. And then for text, if you want to put any text, you can also go and to the insert box, and you see a text box there. You can draw a text box. Now in this text box, let's say I'm going to type in the character that I want. So maybe the first thing I need to do is to shape. make this 28 as I explained at the start, 28 points. Then make this let's leave it as Arial. If I use the Arial format is what I want, so I'm going to go to Arial, right? So I want it to be Arial and 28. So I'll leave it at that. So now that I have this text box, I can just copy whatever I've prepared before. For example, I have, if I go back to my Word document, I have title of my poster. I can just copy this title here, copy, and then go back to my design and just paste it there, right? Just paste it there. Now I can shape it the way I want. Make sure that you're working with 28 points, right? So I can probably this is just a rough design, just give you an idea. I'm sure you will spend some time to make it look exactly the way you actually want it to be. Now, so now I have the title which I've pasted. I need to probably make another text box. So again, just Control D if that's what you want. Drag it down. So now I'm going to put in the probably the authors in this case. Go back there, copy the authors. I copy this. I go back to my poster and I paste it this time around. Paste. So just you can do Control V if that's fine. Now if it changes, just go back and make sure it's 28. 28, and make sure you stick to times to area. Whatever design. So we're going to stick with area. So that's what I have. So again, to put in as many text as you want. If I want a second image, I can still go back and copy the second image that I want. Be on the right hand side. So again, this all depends on what you want, how you want your poster to look. So I want to have two images. So I can put my second image there just to take it all the way. Again, I have this second image. I can align it as I want here, right? So now I have the names. I have the authors. I have the title. Arrange the way you want. Again, this all depends on you. This is just aesthetics. How would you want to make your design look? Now I have another text box where I can just put, let's say, the name of my institution. So I can just do Control D again. Have another text box at the bottom. Here I put in the name of the institution, which I've already prepared. The address, as I would say, this is my address. So copy the address. Again, go back and paste the address in this box. So I'm gonna try to retain so I don't have to keep adjusting. So retain formatting, so I don't need to keep adjusting the size. So I retain format. So I still no. So now I have the address at the bottom there. It has changed to times, so I'm gonna take it back to area because I want it to be area. So I'm gonna have area, right? So that's the address at the bottom. Again, here you will have, let's say, your student name, your supervisor's name, whatever you want to have at this top. You design it the way you want. Now, once I've finished this, the next thing I may want to do is to decide how many sections I need on my poster. So again, this is for the heading. I can also probably have the conclusion at the bottom in that same shape, right? Okay, so that's the conclusion would be somewhere there. Um, Now, for the middle part, I might want to do a column layout. So that means I'll make this a column. So rather than having all the ways, I can have a column rather than a row. So I have this bit and I can Control D. I can have another column on that side. Okay. So try to make it equals size. So I have this on that side. Right? Good. So I can also have control just control and shift and drag this down to have more. So now you can see that I have the heading as in row, and I have the conclusion or maybe the references as a row arrangement. In the middle, I've got just look here. This will give you a clear picture of what I have. So if you need more sections, you can create more. And then in each of this section now, you can now put the information. Let's say I want to have the introduction. If I go back to my plan information, so I have the abstract. So I want to have this abstract in one of the boxes. We're going to copy it and go there, and then insert the text box. So I don't want to start afresh. I have a text box. I can just Control D. Then I can just pull this down here. Right. So in this text box, I can now put in the abstract. I just title this as abstract. Okay. So this is my abstract. Again, make sure it's retaining the size. Now I can have a fill. I fill this in. Let me say give it yeah, light, any shape. I like to have it filled in light green. Then I can again make it just try. I would for aesthetics. I'll just try to make it align with the edges, right? So you can use up down arrow if that helps you. So this is the title of this particular section. So I can center it. Now that means here I can now have my abstracts pasted just down here. All I need to do is probably have now. You see that there are no edges for this, so I can probably fill the edges. So I can just go here and make sure that again this is basically aesthetic. You have to decide what you want to do. If you want to have the edge, if you don't want to have an edge on the box, that is again up to you. So you can do the same here. Then you can have this text box here. That text box, Control D. And then here you can now paste the content of your abstract. I'm holding it, so I'm just going to paste it there. Paste. So that's my abstract. Right. So again, make sure you are retaining the font. It's 28, but it has changed. Again, make sure you take it back to Arial. I mean, it's advised you keep to one particular font. If you are using Arial or Times New Roman, please, it's good to stick to the same font throughout your poster, right? So now you can see here that I have the information about my abstract. Then if I want to put in the images, all you need to do is go back to the prepared document, just copy in an image. So if I want to copy this image, just copy it, control, I can just copy the image and then go back there and then paste my image. So this is your image, and then you can also go it and size it the way you want, right? So this is basically how you design your poster. You put the image, conclusion, everything you need to do. Make sure you have made this plan before you start getting the information from your prepared documents and pasting it onto the folder as you wish. Now, once you do all of that, you should come up with a nice poster like what I have here. So you can now say that I have the logo on the side. This is basically my choice how I want to make my plan. You can decide to do whatever pleases you. Okay, so I prefer to have it in this format where I have the logo on the left and logo on the right. If you want to have just one logo, that's fine. You can also decide to have logo. Again, it's aesthetics. You decide how you want to have it. But you can say that I prefer to have the summary, the conclusion as row, the references. In the middle, I've used columns to design. So here I have one, two, three. I've looked at the abstract, introduction, the design parameters, which I do it in a tabular form, and I also have the results at the point, then have my conclusion and references. So it depends on what you want to present, or if your lecturer or your manager asks you to do some particular alignment or some particular section, then you must stick to that predefined section. Now, again, I hope you've been able to have an idea of how to start your poster, get this appropriate size, get the appropriate font, get the appropriate layout, and if you are doing the orientation as landscape or portrait, you should be able to set all of that. Thank you for listening, and if this helps you, that's great. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and probably encourage us to do more videos. Thank you and bye.